there's a place over here in Grandy that she can move to.
And that was in Watts, Grandy.
In Watts, you know, right where the railroads were in Watts, right across from there. We live in Grandy Avenue, which they have a school now there. And so we moved there, and what else happened? Oh, we used to go to school from there all the time through to Grave Street School. We would go through the tracks and pass through 107, where this man was building the Watts Towers. And he would pass by there, and they would tell us, if you have any glass, bring it over here, because he would put a lot of glass on his Watts Towers, you know, Watts Towers, and tell the boys, you know. And anyhow, that's where I moved, where I met Marcos and Grandy.
How old were you when you met him?
12. I was going to school. And we would play ball and across the street, have a lot of fun. You know, you play baseball in the street and run all over. And I was with my brother-in-law's brother, Papi Love, you know. And he used to sit over there and we laugh and joke. And then Marcos came around. I don't think you want to know that, huh?
Yeah.
Marcos came around and he says, can I sit with your friend here, you know? And I says, and he says, go ahead. And he said, is she your girlfriend? We're friends. Well, she's not going to be my girlfriend now. And he said, oh, really? And that's the way, you know. And he told, well, he just stayed away. Rudy was his name. And Marcos took over with me and used to follow me to school and back, you know. And that's how we communicate. I think a year went by, and then I was 13, and I don't want to see the rest. And oh gosh, it was before you know it, I got pregnant at 14, and one of the sisters and two sisters came over and says that I was real sick. I couldn't eat nothing. Right as when I got in the front of the school, I threw up every morning. Right when I got. So I told my mother I can't go to school no more. I throw up, and I throw up every morning. I think I have the flu or whatever, you know. And she says, well, you better stay home. So I stayed home, and she found out that I was really throwing up, you know. And then one day, I didn't even know what was going on. His sisters came, and he says, you better, we came to see, let you know about what Marcos has done. We're sorry, you know. He said that Dolores hadn't gone to school because she was pregnant. She was sick. She was pregnant. And she said, no, I don't think so. She says, well, that's why she's sick, throwing up. And he said, my mother got in a little shock, you know. She says, well, you know what? I can move away from here, because she's too young, you know. I can move from here, and she said, Marcos wants to ask you if she can marry her, you know. And she says, I'll move from here. You know, she don't have to marry her because, you know, she's pregnant. And she said, but she wants to, you know, he wants to. You can tell him, or, you know. And so he came, and he said that he wanted to marry. I didn't have to move. He wanted to marry me. And then they couldn't marry me here in California, so they had to come to Yuma.
How come they couldn't marry you in California?
Because I was too young.
Oh.
And so they brought us, we got married in Arizona. We got Arizona, we got St. Lawrence, and you name it, all kinds of marriage certificates. So after that, my mother said, well, you could get married in church after that, you know. So we did get married in St. Lawrence.
Oh, yeah?
We got married in Yuma and then St. Lawrence. And my confession, I had to do it, was in there. I said it was a real young father, like Father Peter was when we were there. But I don't advise nobody to get married that young and to do all those foolish things.
Well, this is past that age, so she should be okay now.
Yes, my baby, thank God.
So what about Marcos? What do you remember about Marcos and his family?
And his family, well, they all accepted me. You know, we were neighbors, and I, oh my God, the funniest thing when I was having my baby, I had a hot dog, a white dog, real cute, and I started screaming, and the sister said they could hear me, and the dog crying. Ooh, the dog when I was screaming for my labor pains and all that. And she said, "You don't believe it, Dolores, but we heard you over here."
At the church?
No, the neighbors.
Oh, the neighbors.
His sisters were the neighbors. And my sister-in-law, which was my brother's, the one that drinks a lot, his, they couldn't believe it. They heard me screaming, and the dog was wooing. That was funny. And anyhow, I had my baby, my little girl.
Gloria.
And we went through a lot. My mother used to wash our clothes in what do you call it, by hand. You know, we had a washboard and a tub. Used to wash and boil our white clothes, and we used to warm our water where we lived. First time, warm our water to get a bath in tubs when we were little. You know, I remember all that. Barely remember. I was way back little when I think about it now. My mother went through a lot. We used to warm the water, so we bath in the tubs. We don't have a regular tub.
Yeah.
And she used to make the best tamales. Used to make her masa in a metate, not a thing that they have now, metate like that. It's like a big, you know, rock thing like that. So metate. And she used to make the best masa for tamales.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So that's a lot of work. She worked a lot, my mom.